Grundy is the host of House of What on EarthX TV. This series features all the unique ways that people are building their homes. Thank you so much for your time today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I mean,
How's
first of
Chicago?
all, let's go ahead. An airplane. I mean, mind blown. I mean, how did this happen?
Yeah, there's a guy. He's down in Texas, and his whole life, when he was a little kid, he saw a show about a guy who lived in an airplane, and he would drive his car into the airplane and fly somewhere else and drive out. But he lived in the airplane, and he was so excited that when he got divorced, he thought, you know what, this is my opportunity. He bought a DC-9 out of Arkansas and trailered it all the way to Texas, and now he lives in the plane. He has a second plane. He's turning into a game room. He's going to have a jetway to go between them. Oh, it's wonderful. Wonderful.
And one of the things I want to ask, as far as what you've noticed as far as people decorating their house, just obviously people get an apartment, get their house, they want to put their personality into it, or something they love, they want to have it decorated or shown in their place. I mean, what have you seen as far as like similarities or differences in the people that you've featured on the show, as far as kind of taking something that they love and just making it just in this crazy unique way?
Yeah, and that's just it. They have such a love for what they're doing, and they all have unique ways of being themselves, but they're all kind of the same too. They want a sustainable environment. They want people to love where they live. They want to love themselves where they live, and those are the similarities. And they all have patience. Some of these houses, they're taking years and years and years to build out because they take a little piece of tile, put it on there. That's good for this month, and then another one next month. So it's just a labor of love all the time.
Oh, exactly. It's fun, doing it once a month like that. When it's you doing it, when it's your contractor doing it, it's a whole nother story.
A little different. Yeah.
The bourbon bottles, that's another one that blew my mind.
Yeah, I think she's in New Jersey, I believe is where she was. But yeah, she just picks up stuff wherever, and she used to fill in the back part of her bathroom underneath the tile was whiskey bottles, and it works. And that's the cool thing is people are trying new things, and other people are seeing it, and hopefully that catches on, and people just start being unique and having fun with their lives.
As far as what you've heard from the people, as far as starting these projects, was it just like a small idea to turn bigger, or was it scaled back, or was it exactly what they imagined it would be?
Yeah, rarely do they end up how they planned it. They start off with something, and as they're building, their minds change. They're free spirits, and so if something else catches their eye, they're going to do that too. But yeah, it's such a process in terms of a communication between the people who live there with each other, and the communication with the environment, and trying to find the best way to live together.
There's also an episode with an indoor tree house, which I can only imagine, if this person was my friend, I would want to like score myself an invite like every Friday, or all the time. Are they finding that
Yeah.
people are like wanting to come over and wanting to hang out? And are they asking for more invites, because of the way their homes are?
Yeah, and a lot of these people, the people are. I was down in Texas in Austin, and then we were outside of a house called Neverlandia, and we're in and out of the house, but all day there were people driving by the house, just stopping and looking and seeing if they could see inside the windows and stuff. And so finally, we were like, "Well, come on in," and we all have that little voyeurism within us, and to see the house from the outside is one thing, but then to get inside, it's a whole other thing, and that's what the show brings.
Let's talk a little bit about maybe your average American who's going to be watching the show, who may say, I want to put a little bit of my personality. I obviously don't have the budget for an airplane or to put an indoor treehouse, but I do want to have something that's creative and is my own.
Yeah, well, I think as you watch the series, you'll see there's a lot of inexpensive ways to create a unique home, and to create a home that is attached to the environment. Sometimes it's just a matter of buying a bunch of tires to insulate your home. It doesn't have to be a huge expense, and it's going to pay off in the long run as well. So yeah, I just say keep your eyes open, talk to people, listen, have an open mind, and have fun.
Some of the inspiration that you've gotten from doing the show, have you come back home and say, "Oh, I got to do this," or "I want to start this project"?
Yeah, absolutely. I was in St. Louis. There's a guy who built his house out of shipping containers, and on his walls, he's minimized his whole cabinet system. So all the cabinets are out, and now it's just wood shelves, and everything's exposed, and it looks wonderful. And had I not walked in there, it wouldn't have been on the top of my mind. But as soon as I got home, I looked at my kitchen, and I was like, okay, got to make some changes. So yeah, it happens.
And it habits all of us. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Grundy. House of What on EarthX TV. Go ahead and check out all the cool, unique houses. Obviously, some of the highlights: the airplane, the bourbon bottles, the indoor treehouse, and who knows what else is on the season.
Good stuff.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me. Absolutely. Take care.
You too.